Hello, my friend, and welcome to Pro Wrestling Daily. My name is Aaron Machbitz. Let's talk about what happened on the July 21st edition of Monday Night Raw. We saw Gunther and CM Punk in the center of the ring together, and I hope this is what happens at SummerSlam. I hope Gunther retires CM Punk like he did Goldberg. I'm not a fan of CM Punk. I think he's a fraud, but there are tons of fans around the world who absolutely love CM Punk, and they hope he wins the World Heavyweight Championship from Gunther at SummerSlam in a few weeks. But I hope that Gunther retires CM Punk, he chokes him out right in the center of the ring, and then CM Punk says, this is not for me, and then retires, goes home to his wife, and lives a beautiful rest of his life, and we never have to see him again in a professional wrestling ring. But that won't happen because WWE is paying him a lot of money right now. He's probably on a 4 or 5 year contract, so we're going to see CM Punk for a while. I just hope that Gunther retires him. I hope nothing happens. Hope he stays safe and healthy and beautiful and all those sorts of things, but he just doesn't wrestle anymore because I can't really stand watching CM Punk wrestle anymore. I think he's a fraud and a scam artist, but again, tons of WWE fans absolutely love him, and they would go nuts if CM Punk won the World Heavyweight Championship from Gunther at SummerSlam, which I don't think is going to happen. I think Gunther is going to beat CM Punk. Now, there's still sort of the Seth Rollins Money in the Bank cash-in looming over everyone's head. But what Paul Heyman did actually acknowledge the injury on Monday Night Raw, saying Seth Rollins will be gone for a very, very, very long time. I'm still hesitant to believe that it's a real injury. I still might think it's a work. Again, I've talked about this before, but I do think it's a work. I do think Seth Rollins is going to come back and make a surprise return at SummerSlam and cash in his Money in the Bank in that Gunther CM Punk match. But I could be totally wrong, and he could be really, really hurt. If that's the case, I wish Seth Rollins the absolute best, speedy recovery. God bless you. But you never know with professional wrestling, and that's the first time it's been acknowledged on WWE TV. And he just said he's going to be gone for a very, very long time. Nothing specific, nothing about the injury, the name of the injury, what the injury might be. So the wheels are turning in my professional wrestling brain that Seth Rollins still might be returning at SummerSlam. But I hope Gunther retires CM Punk. In all reality, I think Gunther is going to retain unless we see a Seth Rollins cash in. Karrion Cross picked up an absolutely massive win versus Sami Zayn on Monday Night Raw. Karrion Cross has just been building his way, garnering attention and attention and attention. The fans have wanted him since WrestleMania. He finally wrestled on TV, and he beats Sami Zayn. Yes, he cheated to win, but that's sort of the whole point. He uses that steel pipe, and he beats Sami Zayn on Monday Night Raw. That's an absolutely massive win for Karrion Cross, and it'll be very interesting to see where he goes from here. Do they keep continuing this feud? It looks that way. Does he pull Sami Zayn into the dark side? Does that dark side finally allow Sami to reach the mountaintop? I mean, those are the questions you can potentially ask, right? Karrion Cross is a very evil and sadistic character. He's also very real and very raw. Does he finally pull Sami Zayn into the dark side, where Sami Zayn is towing the line between good and bad and does what's absolutely necessary to win the big matches, and then we finally see, because of that, Sami Zayn win a World Heavyweight Championship at WrestleMania 42 with the help of Karrion Cross. That's a potential storyline moving forward there. And of course, we saw Roman Reigns finally come back to work. Thank God Roman finally came back to work. He is a huge ticket sale mover, though. I believe when he got announced, like 4,000 or 5,000 tickets got immediately sold for Monday Night Raw in Houston. I mean, yes, Roman Reigns is a draw. That is what being the best professional wrestler in the world looks like. Yes, pound for pound, professional wrestling is different than WWE superstars. So maybe I misspoke. Yes, Roman Reigns is the most important wrestler on the WWE roster. He is the biggest draw in professional wrestling. Will Ospreay and all these other guys might be the best quote-unquote professional wrestlers that go in the ring pound for pound. When we talk about making money in professional wrestling, that's what sets the biggest star above everyone else. They make the most money. And Roman Reigns draws the most money. He sells the most tickets. So he is the best WWE superstar on the planet. And, one of the best champions we've ever had, carried the company for a very long time. I mean, the flowers have to be given to Roman Reigns for the work he's done. He's back. I believe they will announce a tag team match, Roman Reigns, Jey Uso versus Braun Breaker versus Bronson Reed at SummerSlam, and that will probably lead to a Roman Reigns versus Braun Breaker match at some point, considering Braun Breaker is the future of the WWE, and WWE is putting the machine behind Braun Breaker to make him that next superstar, so he can main event WrestleManias, so he can be like a Brock Lesnar, a Roman Reigns, things of that nature. But I'm really glad Roman Reigns decided to come back to work. I don't know if he was going to if Seth Rollins doesn't have this sort of injury thing. I don't know. I have no idea. Maybe he shows up at SummerSlam in a surprise to save or help someone, or stake his claim on a championship match. Maybe he does always return 2 or 3 weeks before SummerSlam, even if Seth Rollins doesn't get quote unquote injured at Saturday night's main event. Again, I have no idea if it's real or not. I'm wishing him speedy recovery no matter what. Just want to make that very, very clear. No, ill intent here for Seth Rollins, just thinking about whether or not it's a work and what to expect come SummerSlam when I'm sitting down to watch that 2-night event. But Roman Reigns is back. He's the biggest draw in professional wrestling. He may not be pound for pound the best professional wrestler, going like everyone says that nowadays. MJF says it, Will Ospreay says it, Daniel Bryan used to say it, Gunther now says it, everyone says it. The only person who doesn't say it, who maybe could say it, is that Roman Reigns is the biggest draw in professional wrestling. He sells the most tickets, he draws the most money, so he is the best. Now, CM Punk also moves a lot of tickets. Gunther's getting that way. I think Gunther, like personally, if we're talking about best, professional wrestler on the planet, I think it's Gunther. He can absolutely do it all, and hopefully he hopefully he displays that absolute greatness against CM Punk come SummerSlam and retains his championship outside of any Seth Rollins things. And then Roman Reigns, right? We saw Paul Heyman come there and try to recruit Roman Reigns to be the leader of his group. Obviously, Roman Reigns turns that down and they brawl. But what happens is that they beat up Roman Reigns a little bit, but then Jey Uso and Roman Reigns stand tall with double spears. They yeet to end Raw, and now that's going to lead right into SummerSlam. So those are some of the major moments that happen on Raw that need to be discussed, that are actually going to have major implications for SummerSlam. A really interesting one, though, is that Karrion Cross, Sami Zayn situation. Will Karrion Cross pull Sami Zayn into the dark side? That's something to keep note about. That's something that might happen in the future. That's a potential booking situation, as well as what's going to happen with Gunther and CM Punk, and how is Roman Reigns going to respond when he does eventually see Seth Rollins again, because Seth Rollins turned his back on him along with Paul Heyman at WrestleMania, and that's still looming in the back of Roman Reigns' head. And if Seth Rollins does return in SummerSlam, it's going to be very interesting how Roman Reigns responds to that. So let me know what you think in the comments down below, your predictions, your rumors, your thoughts on anything that I talked about heading into SummerSlam, and then like this video, subscribe to the channel, and I'll see you guys next time. Lots of love. Cheers.